I want her, Z. I want her. Look, bro. But the thing is, like, you trying to go out to all these fancy dinners, man.
Like weird is cool, but like sometimes there's like a creepy weird, and you need to get that together. Okay,
you really playing with me? And like, if you saw the other side of Kennedy that other people see, you would think that I was just.
He was abandoned when he needed somebody the most. And it's a horrible and it's a tragic situation.
Like,
but that's the
having shrimp for the first time when you're like over the age of 20. That's just a unique taste, bro. Like that.
You are now watching the Westmoreland Bros Podcast.
Playoff Pete. He making a return, man. Very exciting for any 76ers fans out there. You know what I'm saying? He's done podcasting for the rest of the season at least. And he is focused on getting his team to the championship. He didn't say to the playoffs or anything. He wants to go to the finals. That is the end goal. And it is crazy because after that announcement came, we also got the second announcement that Joel Embiid's out for the rest of the season. So, Z, what are the odds that the 76ers, now that Paul George is refocused, mentally not podcasting, and they don't got Joel Embiid, hands down, maybe their best player, what are the odds that they go to the finals now?
No shot. Honestly, Tyrese is probably the best on the team, bro. Embiid cannot stay healthy to save his life. He should honestly, like, we talk about players retiring, he should honestly retire. And if a team wants to sign Joel Embiid, he deserves a vet minimum at the most, in my opinion. It's way too big of a risk, bro. It makes no sense why teams sign him. And I'm not a big Paul George fan either. The Sixers, I just don't like. I just don't like them. There's nothing about their team that I like. Paul George is very overrated. In my opinion, his last good days was in Indiana. But some people said that he was, I think he was top 3 for MVP in OKC. But even OKC, it's like I wasn't on the Paul George bandwagon, so to speak. So, I mean, yeah, he's been bad for a while, in my opinion. Or not even bad, but just not up to expectation. Because he's supposed to be a number 1 or a number 2 guy. But really, he's more of a number 4 guy. Because even if we look at the Lakers, for example, the number 1 and 2 is Luka LeBron, whichever way you want to order it. And the number 3 is Austin Reeves. Now, do I view Paul George as an efficient scorer as Austin Reeves? Well, absolutely not. Now, all time, maybe you could say Paul George is better because, like I said, Paul George almost got an MVP, and we remember him in his Indiana days. He was the man on that team. But in terms of right now, number 3 options, I would rather have Austin Reeves any day over Paul George. So when you look at number 3 options across the league, even for the Celtics, what would it be? Derek White? Would you rather have Derek White, or would you rather have Paul George? So it's like
Derek White be balling these days.
Right, so on a championship team, Paul George is not really even a number 3. He should be like a number 4 option. So I'm not on the bandwagon. They're not going to get. Are they even able to make the playoffs right now? I don't even think their record's good enough.
I'm not sure. I should have checked that. I'm not sure about the standings, but like you were mentioning, I mean, this guy, I actually forgot he played for OKC. I forgot that little scene in his career, which is crazy.
It's easy to forget. They're the 11th seed, by the way. They're 20 and 35.
No,
keep going,
bro. Dang, that's bad. Yeah. So that's no playoff hope. Especially I was watching the NBA last night. They said it's like 6 more weeks. So if you think you're gonna get in the play-in tournament in 6 weeks, that's probably a possibility because that's the 6th through 10th, right?
6 is
6th through 10th, yeah.
6
or am I
7,
tripping?
8? No, it's 7 through 10.
7 through 10.
7,
Okay,
8, 9, 10. Yeah. 7
So they
10.
still have a chance for the play-in possibly, but even with that, it's like even if you come out of the play-in, you're not gonna have the odds to win. But
Absolutely
like you said, since his injury, I believe Paul George had just went downhill. Honestly, it just sucks. Some people's injuries take them out. For example, Paul George, like he hasn't hooped the same, and he'll still have great nights, and he still can hoop at an NBA level. We're not saying that we could beat him by any means, at least me. But he's not hooping at his level that he used to. It's the same thing that we saw with D Rose. After his knees just took him out, bro. He still had some good games. We loved watching D Rose, but he wasn't the same. Love D Rose. Yeah. But I'm speaking of all of these examples because we mentioned Joel Embiid being out. But now somebody who is finally back in the rotation is Kawhi Leonard, even though they lost last night to your Lakers. How you feeling that Kawhi is back? Obviously, we hoping that he stays healthy the rest of the season, which is only 6 more weeks. And if he does, it looks like right now they'd be in the playoffs, or if they lose one game, they'd be in the play-in. So in some way, shape, or form, it looks like their season's going to extend. Do you have hopes for the Clippers, or is it just the same old story?
It's crazy. I used to be a big Kawhi advocate. I used to stick up for Kawhi a lot and defend him, but watching these last few games, he just seems like a non-factor almost. So I don't have any hope for the Clippers. When they first joined together, Paul George and Kawhi, that's when the Clippers Well, James Harden wasn't with them at the time, but when James Harden went there, I guess. No, he wasn't. It was just Paul George and Kawhi there.
Oh.
I think James might have been with the Rockets still, maybe. I can't remember. But that
when
was.
Did he go to Brooklyn?
That's what I'm saying right there too. So it's like James Harden just got to the Clippers. I want to say last year maybe, but yeah. So when it was with PG and Kawhi, that was their all-time high. They were in their prime, so to speak. But they just have no chance now. No, dude, that's still one of the funniest quotes. What did he say to Steph? He said, "The last 5 years are mine. The next 5 years, the last 5 years are yours. The next 5 years are mine." I'm just like, bro, come on.
He's playing overseas now.
Now he's overseas. That's why you gotta watch what you. Why do people even say things like that? I think that's another reason I don't like Paul George. You call yourself playoff P, and then you never show up in the playoffs. Like stuff like that, it just makes people not like you even more, or gives people a reason to not like you. You get what I'm saying? So it's like if you just mind your business and be quiet, do your thing. It'd be a lot easier to enjoy you compared to you lying about something that's not true by any means.
And it'd be way different, like you said, if he had almost like a Jimmy Butler, I'll say personality or take with it, because we know Jimmy Butler sometimes in the regular season can just not care, like he just don't. But when playoffs come, we know that man Jimmy is gonna be out there. He's gonna be looking like he's dying to give you everything he has. You know what I'm saying?
Jimmy, bro.
Playoff Jimmy is a real thing, bro. But yeah, playoff what? Playoff PG,
playoff
PG-13,
playoff P. That's what he goes.
So. That's not it. That's not it.
Yeah. Even when you compare Kawhi and Joel, like Joel and Kawhi have similar paths in terms of injuries. Kawhi has one, obviously, and he has Defensive Player of the Year because he actually is a great defender, or used to be a great defender at least. But
like about Joel?
Kawhi. But Joel's injured all the time. But it's like Joel just be talking. For one, he hasn't won. Okay, so that doesn't help him out. But number two, he just talks so crazy. It just doesn't help your situation. Kawhi doesn't say anything, so it's like, yeah, he's injured all the time, but he's so quiet. It's like, you already won, Kawhi. You got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not really sure for Kawhi.
Two different teams, and one of those teams took out Joel Embiid, so that's pretty heavy.
That's true. And he was crying.
Yeah, it is. That game winning shot, man.
And he was crying.
A lot of good basketball we had to catch up on. I don't think we've recorded. My Chiefs didn't win.
We did record that.
We did? That's good, because the next 10 podcasts are going to be me saying they win, and they're not, so that's tragic. But speaking of history being made, they didn't three-peat, so that's no history. But in 2025, a handful of movies are going to turn the age of 20 years old. And I just want to give a few shout outs to these movies.
Goodness.
Because people are going to feel maybe a little old. So the first one, Batman Begins, that came out 25 years ago. And that's a classic.
I can't believe Batman Begins 2005. What? That's
want to go back to it?
So
Batman Begins is 2005.
That's
Time goes fast.
What? I feel so. That doesn't even seem like it. What the heck?
Yeah. You said it. You thought it was the cartoon. I
did think it was the cartoon. That doesn't even make sense that it would be that. That is crazy.
The cartoon, 30 years probably, maybe 40. We getting old.
Oh
brother.
My goodness, that's so crazy.
Another movie that came out 20 years ago that we definitely enjoyed growing up was Madagascar. That has officially come out 20 years ago, bro.
That's crazy. Yeah. So you're telling me when it came out, I was 7?
We're 7, bro, and I was 5.
It don't even seem like that. It seems like that is such a vivid memory seeing that movie. It doesn't make sense that I was 7.
Remember it like nothing, bro, because I remember I just related to Alex the Lion so much because he ain't really mess with fish. But then finally, at the end of the movie, after he tried to eat Marty, his friend, because he was going off, just being crazy. Wild. Yeah. He tried the fish and he liked it. And I remember I had a seafood boil with you and Tracy that one time, and I liked it. I didn't like everything in it because having shrimp for the first time when you're over the age of 20. That's just a unique taste, bro. Like that hitting your palate for the first time, you kind of just what is this? But everything else is pretty solid though. It's just new flavors I gotta get used to. But yeah, shout out Madagascar. Another one that Uncle Joe, rest easy Uncle Joe, but he would love this. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. It's 20 years old, man, this year. 20 years old.
Yeah, I think there was something that came out saying that's gonna be in theaters again, for the fans.
Yep.
That's what it was, right?
I saw that, yes, sir. Yep. So we'll look forward to that. It's always nice. I feel like growing up, I didn't understand like why are we going to rewatch a movie, and I didn't go to rewatch a lot of movies. I would just see them and be like, "That's dumb." But now that I'm older, it's just the nostalgia of it, and having the moment back in the theater to be like, "Wow, this is cinema type situation." So I definitely understand it now. All right, what's next? We got 20 years old. Ooh, Z used to watch this all the time. It's pretty much how he got his wife, Brandy. We talking about the movie Hitch, you hear me? Okay. Zach was like the hopeless romantic white guy in there, and I was like Will Smith the Hitch, and I picked him up. You see what I'm saying? Basketball tournament, folks. I got the original picture.
Whoa, that's all cap. I don't believe him. If you don't know the story, do not believe him. He did not put me on at all. Do not listen to this man. That's crazy. The man in Hitch, the man in Hitch was hopeless. Okay, he was hopeless.
Hopeless romantic.
I mean, he got the girl. Be himself. Just be people. Be yourselves at the end of the day, and it's gonna work out. It's gonna work out. And sometimes you need to work on yourself. Okay. Some people think that being like weird is cool, but like sometimes there's like a creepy weird, and you need to get that together. Okay, you need to find the difference between being weird and being creepy weird. Do not be creepy weird. Yeah, that's because weird. It's like some people we all got a little weird in us for whatever it may be. But it's like when you're creeping people out, you got to get it together. You don't want to creep people out.
We don't want to be creeps. Now, what about craziness? Like, do people need to work on their craziness out here?
People need to work on their craziness. Yeah, people need to work on this. Yeah, some people fall in love with people who who
get it out there, even... You got it. I see what you want to say.
You cannot be falling in love with people who have expressed that they just don't care about you. Okay. So for love at first sight, maybe that's real, maybe it's not real, whatever it may be. But if someone clearly expresses that they're not interested in you, then you need to move on from that situation. It's okay.
But Z, wait. What if they're like, no, he loves me. He's just, I can change him. He's a good guy. I love him. I can change him. This is a woman, not me. This is a woman talking. But she's coming with this advice. You know what I mean?
Right. First of all, people can change, but you cannot change them. They have to change themselves. And change takes time, okay, people? If someone says they've changed overnight, there's a really good chance they haven't, because that's not really realistic. Good chance.
So what if the guy's like, man, she's fine. I mean, I want her, Z. I want her. Look, bro. But the thing is, like, she trying to go out to all these fancy dinners, man. Like, we went on 3 dates so far. It's steakhouse. You know what I'm saying? And me, I got an average job. I want to take care of my girl, but I can't do this all the time. What should I tell her, man? I'm scared she gonna leave me. I don't know if it's just the money, but she's so fine.
If you in a situation like that, you need to have a real conversation. There's nothing wrong with spoiling your girl, but you don't want to be with somebody who's only with you for money. You don't want that. No matter, even if you got a lot of money, you don't want somebody who's, well, I guess I can't speak on that because I'm not rich. Maybe rich people are cool with that. I mean, we see Bill Belichick with his girlfriend, and obviously,
years age.
Right. I mean, that's a huge age gap. I think it's common sense to see how that situation is. At the same time, I could be wrong. Maybe it is true love. Maybe she's just attracted to old men. Everyone has their own weird fetish.
That's true. But
generally speaking, I would assume on a human level, you would not want somebody who wants you for your money. You would want somebody who wants you for you. So if you have that conversation with them and you see a very negative reaction to money, then maybe that's not the situation for you. And at the same time, maybe you don't care if they want you for your money and you got it like that. Maybe you need to step up your game. Maybe you need to start scamming people and getting a bunch of money every week. I don't know. It's up to you how you want to live your life. Me personally, that could never be me. But that's just me.
Never be you, man.
I'm not going for that. There's some guys out there who are in situations. Yeah, there's some guys out there that go for crazy things. I mean, their girl be smacking them upside the head, talking to them, down on them in public. I mean, all kinds of crazy stuff. Yeah, that's not me. That's what I'm saying. That's not me, but that is somebody. And if you are that guy, then that's your business. That's right. That's your business. But in terms of me, that could never be me.
100%. Now I get that. So everybody out there, if you're really looking for true love, ladies and gentlemen, you need to heed the red flags. You know what I'm saying? You need to heed them. red flag if she's always talking about your money, always wanting to go expensive places and stuff. Like Z said, and this is a married man. You know what I'm saying? I take advice from married men. No, you said it good, Z. You said it is okay to spoil your girl.
Yes,
as long as she's
100%.
there for the right reasons. If she's there for the right reasons, you got to get out.
100%. And don't. Some dudes be spoiling girls early. Like the girl's not even interested. And they just be buying stuff. I mean, if don't get it twisted. You can always get a gift for somebody. If you want to get a gift for a lady in your life, you know, you really appreciate her or whatever. But if you're buying a gift,
we're not coming on broke energy. None of that here.
Right.
We're just coming. We're very mature and smart. You see what I'm saying? We're 25 and 27 now. We understand.
Facts. If you're buying things to win a girl over in hopes that she would like you because you bought her something, that is crazy.
That's literally called buying love.
That is crazy.
Yeah, that's literally called buying love. Okay.
Yeah, never.
It's crazy though, because a lot of times that happens these days. These guys, and sometimes even women, but mostly these guys, they think that they really have a good pull card and they can do it. And bro, it's strictly their money. They have no mouthpiece. They have nothing is good about them besides what's in their pocket, the cash. Which is crazy, bro. Because for any guy living like that, I just feel bad for him. Now we live in a society where this is like, at one point, it would not be looked at as good. You see what I'm saying? Where it's like, oh, the focal point is the money when it comes to men or a woman being with somebody. That was never looked at as good. But now it's 100%. Almost like if you don't do that, you're kind of like dumb. Like people literally get with ones for money these days, which is super sad, bro. That's why you gotta stay on social media. If you are under the age of 18, bro, really that under the age of 21, bro, stay off social media like that, especially for like just when you're looking at different couples out there. It's not real. They show you all the good, but then you see months later, to years later, videos coming out of them beating their husband or their wife or cheating, text messages of cheating and stuff. Like nothing is really what it seems, bro. If you're working on a real relationship of love, you keep that between you and that person. You work on that. And always, like we said, well, especially a woman out there, if a man is showing you who he is, bro, and he's saying he gonna change, bro, you let him go and you see for yourself if he's changing from a distance. If he is, then bet you can go get back with him. He's doing it for the right reasons. He's trying. But if he's not changing, you just saved and dodged a bullet, bro. Do not let these men play you. Same thing with my man's out there. Don't let these women play you, man.
At all.
Do not let her take your money.
At all. Do you remember the OG, bro? I think his name is Kevin Samuels. He passed away.
Kevin Samuels.
Do you I think that's his name. You know what I'm talking about though? He was always in the suit.
Me and Killer always watched Kevin Samuels. What you talking about, man?
My God. Bro, there was an example of a woman, and he was like, oh my God. He was going, now this is a good one. This is a good, I mean, you know, a lot of the things he said was, he had a lot of good points. I'm not going to say everything was right, but he had a lot of good points. And he went both ways. People think he just attacked women. No, he went at men and women. But
women just didn't like his delivery. That's all.
Right, but there was a woman on there, and she was talking about how she left her man or whatever, and he eventually broke it down to finding out that, you know, this man provided for her for years, and she left him when he got sick. So it's like, when we talk about money, bro, imagine you think you're with somebody who cares about you, and then you get sick, and they leave because you can't provide for them no more. You're dying.
You're on your way out, bro. There's nothing after this. Like, when you close your eyes, you may not open them again. And the last thought that you had of your wife, for however, I don't care if it was a month or if it was 11 years, bro. The last thought you had is that this woman just betrayed me, bro. And I left her. I was in love with her, and I just wasted however much time with this woman. And I can't do nothing about it now because I'm out of here. That's tragic, right, bro.
Don't ignore the red flag. And I'm sure, obviously, we weren't in their relationship the whole time, but I'm sure there was some sign that showed, or some questions he could have asked, and he probably just ignored it. And now he was abandoned when he needed somebody the most. And it's a horrible and it's a tragic situation. But that's the reality of, I'm not going to say a lot, I'm not going to say a most, but that's the reality of some of these situations people are in. I would probably, if I really had to say, I would probably say most, like over half. But we'll just be generous and say it's not most. But like, I'm sure there's a lot of people in similar situations where they're with people who just could care less, bro. And if something happens, they're gone.
100%. Especially, bro, when it comes, a lot of times when these people are dying, especially if they're not married for the right reason, you know what's on that insurance policy as well, bro. A lot of people have life insurance. So it's like, when somebody passes away as well, like, we done lost a few people and we've seen their families like get money, or some people close to us get money. So we see how it works more than ever now. Yeah, it's like the first 48, man. You gonna catch all that on there. But Another movie, and I don't know if you watched it too much, is 20 years old now, was Wedding Crashers. That was a good movie. That was a classic. You didn't watch it like that?
Yeah, I probably did watch it, but I don't remember it enough. I'm bad with movies for anyone who does it. No.
It's true. Sometimes titles and pictures don't correlate right away. War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise, 20 years old now. King Kong, one of those is 20 years old. That looks like the original one that we kind of grew up on. When it's 20 years old.
The OG King Kong, that's actually crazy. That was a banger. Wait, was it the one where they went in the pit and it was like all those crazy insects? Bro, that movie,
the Jack Black one.
Oh my gosh, that movie's a banger, dude. I'm not gonna. I'll probably have to rewatch it, but I feel like the graphics were so good for that, dude. For its time, especially especially with the insects and stuff. Like, I don't know why they haven't done something like that again. It was so good.
I didn't see the new. Did you see the new King Kong versus
Godzilla?
Yeah, did you see that one or no?
I think I saw some parts of it. I didn't watch it all the way through.
I didn't see it. I gotta watch it. I wasn't really interested by the trailer, honestly. But yeah, King Kong, that's the legend, that's the OG. Then they got the Chronicles of Narnia, which I didn't really watch unless I was in school, I think. But that's 20 years old. And then let me see which ones we got left. All right, we got like 3 more left. I think you might like. The first one, The Adventures of Sharkboy and Lava Girl. Now look, we grew up in this era, and my friends like to get on my neck. I'm not really a big fan of Sharkboy and Lava Girl. I found it a little more annoying and fun. Right, I don't know if you feel the same way or not.
Yeah, the movie's okay. I mean, it's not something you would ever rewatch. It was something cool as a kid, but it's not something you would ever rewatch.
Thank you. The next one, I'd rather we rewatch this one than that, honestly. It's Sky High, and I didn't even really care about Sky High. But do you remember that one where they had that was
superpowers for in high school?
Yeah. And then the last one that we'll talk about right now.
It's like a Disney movie, though.
No, that
definitely those are like Disney movies. Yeah.
No, they definitely are. That is interesting how they mentioned Sky High, but that has to be somebody in our generation putting that in there. Because that wasn't no box office film or nothing. Nah. That was strictly Disney. If that was box office, that was crazy.
Yeah,
I didn't see it.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like I just saw it on Disney.
Definitely. They said up next, Sky High, and that's where I watched it. So I ain't see it on cinema. Fantastic Four, though. Yeah. That one came out 20 years ago as well, bro. And if I'm not mistaken, they have the new one. I don't think it came out because I think I would have saw it. So I think the new Fantastic Four is coming out this year or next year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, hopefully it's good. I think oh snap, that was on my foot the whole time. I think the OG Fantastic Four, the one you just showed me, I think I liked that one, but I think they made some after that, and I just wasn't.
No, I could
care less.
I didn't like any of the movie or shows after that. I really don't even think I got into the shows. I just saw like a snippet, but I didn't like any of the movies after that. That's just me.
Speaking of which, the other day I meant to tell you this, but Brandy had a dream about you. That sounds kind of weird, but in the dream, this happened. So we were on a FaceTime call probably yesterday or something like that. It was just me, you. But this happened, I think the day before or 2 days before that, believe it or not. And she said, in the dream, you died. And she said, someone killed you. And then she said, I was seeking out revenge and I was doing everything I could to find the killers myself. But yeah, and I said, so who killed him? And she was like, well, I don't know. You were trying to find them and you just wouldn't stop and blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh man. And I was talking. I was like, I think it may be reversed. I think I would probably die, and Kendi was really trying to find someone.
It's crazy. You play situations out in your head, and I don't know if this is everybody in the world, but for those who do this, I really be playing situations out in my head like that, man. And I'm just like, if Brandy ever gave me that phone call about something going down, I'm just like, dog, it would be very sad for that individual, bro. And everybody is like, you're supposed to forgive, and it's a hard thing, and right. Revenge is God's, and I understand that 100%. And God also understands I'm human, so in that state of mind of losing my blood brother, as I've already lost blood family, and then people who aren't blood to murder, bro, it's a different feeling, bro. You got me messed up, bro. You don't think, bro, anymore. You don't think, it just goes out. Now the only thing you're thinking about is, 1, I'm never seeing my brother, and 2, this is the person who did it. So now these are the only 2 things in your head You can't accomplish going to see your brother, but you can't accomplish going to see this other guy who took your brother. So it's a tough situation. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm glad you brought this up. A lot of no, this is a real point that I wanted to mention because I saw some rappers really mention it. Bro, the worst thing that these kind of like us, but not really. The worst thing that any podcast source can do or any like media news source can do is repost these killings that happen, bro. Like, how many times have we gone on the internet and seen a Chicago rapper dead and they have the video to show it? Or even in my city, Milwaukee, or even just wherever, like, you see these rappers or famous people die, and it's usually from some type of gang violence, or sometimes it's random. But regardless, bro, it's horrible when they put videos out there, because when people see it who actually lost that person, that just puts so much hate in their heart, and it rages them up because they seeing their person die live. Like, nobody wants to see that. And it hit me like, I think it was after, well, I'm not gonna say the names because it don't matter, but after a handful of rappers died, and then their people took to social media because videos were exploited, and they're like, you guys talk about pushing peace, and then you show us die. Like, how is that gonna make us feel any better about what's going on? Like, it's one thing if somebody dies, cool, we gotta deal with that in our own way. But when you show the whole world how our man just died, and now they could come on our page and leave whatever comment they want, disrespectful too, that's when you gotta stop, bro. So for all the media sources out there, you gotta stop posting these killings, bro. It's not worth it. I remember like 5-10 years ago, probably more so like 10-15 years ago, you could not see murder on TV, like actual murder, unless it was in a goddamn movie or TV show. You could not see somebody just die, bro. This a sick world, bro. I hate when I scroll through social media and I see stuff like that, bro.
Yeah, my only thing to that is that money is power. And I think the negative things just get so much more attention than the positive things. Like, if they post something positive, like let's say someone adopted 100 dogs, for example, versus, you know, a certain rapper or celebrity got gunned down. Which one do you think is going to get more clicks and views? So it's like, that's really all it's about at the end of the day. Or if they say, let's just go down to a regular level. Let's just say, oh, we're all, at the end of the day, we're all dust, right? We're all regular technically. But let's just go down to more of a human level. Let's say a kid graduates high school with a 4.0 GPA and they put that on the news, versus a kid robs a bank or shoots someone down or whatever, or gets shot down. It's like, which one's gonna get more views, clicks, interaction, you know, pushing advertising and giving money? It's probably gonna be the negative thing 9 times out of 10, if not 10 times out of 10, if we're keeping it in the book. Even if you look at Mr. Beast, for example, if you look at his when he does something nice for the community, and he's always giving back, right? But his giving back videos don't really compare to his videos when someone's losing something. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, just in general, when we talk about doing something good versus doing something bad or losing something, the loss just gets so much more traction. So I think you're right in terms of it promoting negativity, but that's what the world thrives off of. They want that.
That's sad, bro. Like, it's crazy because like, as a human, like, even talking with you live in Indiana and we on the screen, but like, me and you don't think like this. Me and you do not think like this. We don't think that we want to see none of this. So it's crazy that you have individuals who even look and see this, like, who literally think like this, who want to see, like, no, like, I want to see this, like, I need to see this. It's just weird, bro. It's so weird, bro. Like you were just saying, I remember I heard this quote. It said, you can do 99 good things, but as soon as you do that one wrong thing for the 100th time, that's the only thing people gonna remember is that one wrong thing. You just did 99 good things your whole life, but now you did one wrong thing. That's what they're gonna remember. No matter how little it is or how big it is, that's what they'll remember. So you gotta remember that people, like, just don't care about people's opinions, bro. If you know you're doing the best you can and you're doing what's right, keep going. If you're not living good and you're not doing what's right, just try to do better, man. We're just trying to live, bro. We trying to survive and thrive, bro.
I think there's a lyric by The Game. I think it's like, do a brother 4 favors when you can't do the 5th. How soon they forget. Bro, that's how it be, bro. It don't matter. It don't matter how much you do. As soon as you don't do something for somebody, bro, there's a problem. It's like, bro, did you just forget about everything I did for you, bro? I helped you out so much.
This could be people you've known a day. This could be people you've known your whole life. You know what I'm saying? And this is why in my 25th year of living, I am resetting boundaries. I have talked with some people who are close to me, and the craziest thing to ever come out of my mouth, one of them, is that people in my life, certain people have gotten too comfortable with me. They have gotten too comfortable where they just forget who I am as a man, and they just think, no, on some real and on some real stuff.
Real.
And they just think that they can run me over. Like, and that could be family, that could be close friends, that could be anybody, bro. And it's come from like it's come from some hard people, bro. Cause I love my people. When you my person, I love you. I love my people. So it's come from some hard people where I'm just sitting back, and I'm looking at them like, bro, you really playing with me? And like, if you saw the other side of Kennedy that other people see, you would think that I was just a very cruel person. Because I could love you to death, bro, but once you cross a side of me, I could become numb to you. Where I could look you in the face and have the most love for you, but I will not smile an inch, bro. Like, you can make any joke you want that I usually laugh at. It's not happening. So I'm resetting boundaries, and I think that's healthy because at the end of the day, you want these relationships to work out in your life, whether it's just a romantic one, a Platonic one. Platonic one. We're going to edit that out.
Platonic.
Romantic, friendship, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? You want these relationships to work out, even if you have a little hiccup. But people got to respect each other. So to everybody out there, if it's your cousin, your brother, your mama, your best friend, whoever it is, bro, always remember show respect, bro. And don't talk crazy to nobody, because even though you're going through something in your life, that person is too. And even though you're going through something in your life, it doesn't mean that everybody owes you anything. Nobody owes you anything, actually.
Nothing.
Nobody. The sooner people realize it's all on them pretty much, and like, hey, you have your relationship with God, and you have close people, but like, your relationship with God and you, that's what you got. Like, you have to hold yourself down. And when you're down bad, you're the one that has to go get help. You can't just expect people to know you're down bad and come help you. On some real stuff, bro. Like, people want to, but you gotta express it. Make sure to like, comment, share with everybody you know, and subscribe.